Group C. So let's hope that Nigeria is going to come out from that group. We're going to dive into that draw on the show. Well, apart from that, we're going to talk about other 5 leagues, that the La Liga, and other things that happened throughout the weekend, because Mbappe scored a hat-trick in the weekend. So we're going to talk about some of those games that happened throughout the weekend. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports and Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the A-team to discuss all this on the show. Good morning, also. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. When I saw the seasons yesterday, I was like, okay, fine. This is great. This is good. But on the weekend again, I still want to remind you, my favorite team in Italy lost their first match of the season, and it was painful. Welcome to the show, guys.
Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, football maniacs. Welcome to another exciting show. I can't wait to get into it. Yes, somebody lost a game, and we are here to talk about it.
Okay, before we talk about that, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. When you go there too, please subscribe to our channel. That means wherever you are in the world, even if you live in Enugu and Japa, you can still watch us, and we talk football, we interact here on Vote FM Sports. Okay, let's start with the latest news now. The AFCON draw, what happened yesterday in Tunisia yesterday, and as Nigeria was drawn in Group C. So we are playing Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. Before we go into that, our own group, let me give you the whole group. Group A, the draw happened yesterday. Group A is Morocco, Mali, Zambia, and Comoros. That's Group A. Group B is Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. And Nigeria falls in Group C, Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. Group D is Senegal, DR Congo, Benin, and Botswana. Group E is Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan. Then the last group, Group F, is Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gabon, and Mozambique. This is the three. All the groups happen. This tournament is happening December, January this year. Okay, what do you make of this draw yesterday? It was a surprising draw. I almost call it a surprising draw. If you look at Group C, the way the people in Nigeria are playing in this tournament, I think it's an easy group. We should be coming out of this group maybe probably 6 or 7 points.
It's an easy group. 6 or 7 points. You want to beat Tunisia?
Why can't we beat Tunisia?
It's an easy group.
Uganda and Tanzania.
It's an easy group.
Wait, we are talking about. Wait, let's bring it down a bit now. We know we are talking about because of the talents we have exported. So we are like the big giants of
It's
Africa.
not about exporting talent, Baba.
Because of the numbers of Nigerians playing in foreign leagues, we are the big giants of Africa. Come down home. The top 5 leagues in Africa. When we talk about the big 6 leagues in Europe, we say the champion, the Premier League, the Italian Serie A, the top 5 leagues in Africa. East African teams are like 2 of them there. Tanzania. I think Tanzanian league is one of them, or Zimbabwe league is one of them. Now with the northern leagues, Nigeria not there for top 10.
I disagree.
Let me disagree,
man.
So,
you just can't.
This people have football in Africa.
I disagree with you.
These people have football made for Africans in Africa. You get. So the effect of
your problem here is Tunisia.
My problem is not Tunisia. My problem is one shocker from Tanzania. One surprise result from Tanzania, and everything is like, you get.
I disagree,
so
man.
It's not about
the only challenge for me in this group is the Tunisia game.
Now,
the Uganda game, the Tanzania game, we have enough quality to come away with all maximum points in those games. Now, there are no small teams in African football, but even at that,
so
is a better draw than some of the groups here. Would you rather go up against Cameroon and Ivory Coast in the same
I'd rather go up against Cameroon. I know say I go win. I know say that one, there's 3 points in the bag.
Wow.
Who told you can win?
Wow.
As it stands now, the only person I can fear in Cameroon is Mbeumo.
So who will you fear in Tunisia?
Tunisia. I
don't know one name.
That's one name. That's all. That's all you need to know.
I don't fear person in
Just
Tunisia.
one name.
I don't fear any, but if I can call you names. Benafa. I could call you names of players that are playing in the Premier League.
Benafa, which
don't retire. You don't concern you. I call you one name. If I know you come from current
is the
squad.
guy playing now? No.
I can go all the way. I'm saying those places you expect Nigeria to go and blow out. I think we always get problem because we always say, okay, Tunisia is maybe the little fight we have in the group. Then after Tunisia, we'll run Uganda riot, we'll run Tanzania riot, we'll destroy the what's that word when you play animation and you score above 4 goals? What's that word they use? Annihilate. You get this is not it. I know the country who they support. I know the team who they play with. You get in games like this, you see them just be like it's small thing. Well, let's not put. And the result might just go either way. So I'm just looking at this group like you sure say these people will just put up the fight from beginning of this tournament to the end. It's not about these ones are small boys. Let's just play.
I'm not even worried about us not qualifying or coming out from. I'm talking about when we qualify from the group, we are going to progress. That's where my own.
I know.
The progress.
They didn't pay tanker water.
So that's my own problem. I think they are going to obviously supposed to qualify from this group. Yes. It's supposed to be an easy group. Look at Tanzania and Uganda. Come on, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But let's see what happens to that day. But you think that if you look at, I know it's very far though. It's still December. I think the tournament is December 21 to January 18th. That's when the tournament will happen this December. But do you think we have a chance to win this tournament?
I wouldn't bet against us. I'll just leave it at that. I wouldn't bet against us. We have what it takes. We have the players. We have a new coach where we never sure we're in bearing day. But other than that, yes.
When I thought say we don't pay tanker, we go supply water that day. Everybody know that right now. We don't pay. Just na small bottle water they pour for last AFCON edition. Bottle water 1 or 2. This one na tanker already pay tanker go pour water. So I feel like he has a lot of experience. But the thing is, the players he's going to invite. That's where we are, because from now to December, we already know the players that are going to be named. We already know the quality of players, and we are seeing a list and possibly a list come out in any time soon. Now, and we'll see another name, one guy like that they call Soit Uma that is wasting away somewhere. We see him on the list. And you ask yourself, what is this player doing on the list? When you have players that are better than him locally. Because his name is La Liga. You say, okay, he should be there. Okay. We're not going to be inviting. If you ask me, I'll say don't invite players based on the media presence. Because that's what these TikTok players they bring in these days. They come into the game and this game style is different. The flow of the game is different from what they play in their league. So I'm not going to say, if you're going to bring them in, let them bring in the same effect they put in their whole performance.
Okay, who are your favorites to win? 3 favorites to win this tournament? If you look at these groups from Group A to Group F. Give me 3 favorites you think that will win this tournament.
John, it go hard. I know my winning team already.
So you have your winning team.
I know my winning team already.
Okay. What do you think? Okay, give me top 2. 2 things you think that will come win this tournament.
Let John do 4. Let John do 4.
So 4, I think 4 is too much.
For me, 4 is too much. For me, I will just go ahead and back Nigeria. And also back Egypt. Egypt and Nigeria.
Egypt and Nigeria, 2 teams.
You know why you go Egypt and Nigeria? Salah and Mamouche. But I'll forgive you there. For me, it's Morocco.
Morocco for you?
Yes, Morocco.
Morocco, just Morocco for you?
Morocco.
Okay, Morocco is hosting, and let's see if they are going to be winning that tournament. So that's all for the draw for Nigeria. Nigeria has, let's see if the new coach will do. You have to coach at the the World Cup qualification before, and probably some friendly games before that tournament starts. So that African qualification, that World Cup qualification is who we are targeting. That's where everybody's eyes not the AFCON. So we have to see what that coach is going to be doing for us in that qualifying World Cup qualification. If you are going to qualify, if you can help us qualify for that World Cup, because as big as talent we are in this country, we need to be playing at the World Cup. Imagine Osimhen not playing at the World Cup, or all these big boys not playing at the World Cup. It's somehow, so we need to represent, and if we represent, I think we have a fighting chance to at least come out with something in that World Cup. So for Nigeria in this AFCON, starting December to January, Nigeria is going to be facing these guys in their own group stage in Group C. So let's see if Nigeria is going to be winning this tournament again. Okay, let's move on from the AFCON to the other news. Let's move on to other news like in the weekend. La Liga happened in the weekend, and Mbappe scored a hat-trick in the weekend. So we're going to talk about all that now, because yesterday we talked about the Premier League, and we talked about the Premier League, but today let's talk about other leagues that happen in everywhere around Europe. Let's start with the La Liga. I'll give you some of the results that happened in La Liga. Barcelona beating Valencia 7-1. Real Madrid winning Valladolid 3-0. Mbappe scoring that hat-trick. But another shocking result for Atletico there. drew a game 1-1, so they are losing pace in that La Liga. Okay, let's start with the Real Madrid. Mbappe scoring a hat-trick. I don't know on this show, one particular day on this show, who was arguing that Mbappe
is not doing his numbers.
After the argument, he scored a hat-trick.
He don't send a message to you, say, I dare and I am ready to fire. Just, I need to settle down. John, you understand that settling down now is the key word. So he needs to settle down. And in Real Madrid, you have a lot of just like what this guy said about Man United. He added a lot of experience. So that 1 year be like 10 years for him. For Mbappe now, these 6 months he has spent be like 5 years for him, because the difference in the culture of the club between Real Madrid and PSG is large. You get, and the pressure at Real Madrid is overwhelming. So at first you need to allow him settle. First 10 games, I said it before, the statistics about 9 games and all of that. And everybody was like, they work. Now you saw that his first 9 games, goals were coming, but the goals were not really coming because most of them were penalties. Now after that, you saw him bang a couple of goals, like score good, wonderful goals, score worthy goals, goal of the week, worthy kind of goals. And in this game last night, you could see the work.
Not last night, on Sunday.
So on Sunday night, Saturday night, you could see the work they did. He was running up and down. He came down to the midfield, carried his ball carriage, the creation of chances. He was involved in every single thing, from the build-up play to even the penalty himself. Now he sweet me pass. Everything he was involved. He's not just camping. He's telling you, okay, I can't camp, but just let me play my style of football and we will excel together. And look at that game, Jude Bellingham and what's it called? They were just doing, as in the passes were just, I bet Una if you hold this ball. I know if you score 7, no, but Una if you hold this ball. We hold Una for midfield, we hold Una for our defense.
But good game for them, John. 3 goals to 0.
Yeah, good game for them. If you look at the way the lineup, you see that we saw Rodrigo playing off Vini's position, and then Brahim Diaz playing 90 minutes. Good game for them. Good game for the young lads who got to start, who got some game time under their belt. Good game also for Kylian Mbappe. 2 goals and a penalty. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Just call a hat-trick, because that
No, I won't call it a hat-trick. I won't call it a hat-trick because you are the same person that has been on Palmer's back. Penalty no be goal.
If you score 2 penalties,
2 goals and a penalty.
If you score 2 penalties if you score 2 penalty, no be you the foul to get that penalty, and you score, and you come and score 1 goal. You score hat-trick. If you score penalty, another person they foul to get. But now you foul me, I got the penalty.
Okay, the second game, Barcelona trashing their opponent 7 goals to 1. They are struggling to win games, but Valencia, if you look at Valencia has struggled throughout this season.
Valencia that is about to go to relegation.
Yes, and this game ended 7 goals to 1. Lopez scoring 2, Lewandowski scored 1, and everybody else scored 1 goals. And Rafinha again scored again and again and again.
Rafinha had been scoring.
He can't stop scoring for Barcelona. He scored again in the 14th minute of that game.
Yes. First 15 minutes, 3 goals. What a game. It's already over.
First 25 minutes, 4 goals.
Yes.
I'm
like, first 15 minutes, first 35 minutes, 4 goals. Like, it's already over. Just rest. Because I don't know how you keep coming into this kind of games and you expect your top 9 up front to give you a number, and he's not even anywhere close to the halfway line. He's sitting deep with the goalkeeper in box 18. I ask myself, what is this team coming to play like? You're playing against Barcelona, you want to play highlight with them. It's not going to work. Look, other teams will say, okay, fine, you want to play highline. They don't have the pace. Come outside and play. When we hit you on the break, we get the goals. And Valencia kind of felt like, even if we are losing, let us fight. And they came out to play. You don't come out to play like that.
John, that game, 7 goals to 1. Comfortable win for Barcelona.
Comfortable win. You have to give credit to who credit is due. You have to give credit to Rafinha, give credit to Lopez, and a couple of other players in that side. Yamal wasn't on the score sheet, but he got an assist as well. To good game for them. I don't think this is a game that Valencia would have gone into thinking that they can take any points away from Barcelona.
I'm not saying take points. Reduce the number of goals you let in.
But when it drains, it pours. So
reduce the number of goals you let in. It's just the way it is with football. I keep saying it about Ipswich Town. They are even Luton Town last season.
Ipswich Town considered 4.
Wait, now even Luton Town last season, if you notice the way they played, we want to play attacking football when we meet our mates, when we meet big boys. We go concede, but at least it's not going to be that kind of 7, 8 kind of goal. It could be another kind of 4, 3, you get 2, and we now manage to score 1 or 2. You get, and that's one. No, for me, that's just the way forward. you reduce. You can't always bank on they are the big teams and you allow them score you 10 goals plus.
Okay,
Let's not forget that Liverpool's incoming goalkeeper was the basket that considered this seven.
Yes.
Calm down. And the team they play currently
Let's not forget
this season Liverpool. What do you call them? Valencia's defense line has been allowing goals in.
Okay, that game ended 7 goals to 1. Good game for Barcelona. Before we move on to the Atletico, the last game for that La Liga title race, Atletico Madrid. Let's go to our YouTube because someone is talking about AFCon.
AFCon, yes.
Yeah, Emmanuel Leo, welcome to the show. Say good morning, guys. On paper, we have the best squad in Africa, but on the pitch, the same squad is arguably one of the worst squad. I don't know why our boys know the fit play. Now only TikTok they sabi do. Look at Iwobi and Co playing for their club. Just make them enter Nigeria. Boom. They won't be able to string passes together again. And now they have a new manager where they speak French. I hope they play for him. Or let's see.
Yeah, they bring interpreter for that.
Yeah, they have to. Then another big issue is the team selection. Now we all watched serial last week. Now wait for the team selection. You will magically see Hanacho in that squad. Let the coach produce a list based on merit. Okay.
Oh God.
Let's hope that they are going to give players based on merit who is performing at the particular point. And sometimes you have a plan in your head. Don't invite players because you need to invite all the players. Invite players that fits your.
He mentioned the name earlier. He said Cyril Dresser. We saw the game against Man United. We saw his goal. We saw how he performs in the Scottish League. But we'll say Scottish League is not really big league. Hanacho was playing from the bench. He's not been on form. He's been playing from the bench for what?
I think the bottom line for this talk about Super Eagles is get people who are playing and inform, and then let's not be afraid to sacrifice some secret cows. If for the country to move forward and push for this silverware, we need to sit or leave some guys out of the squad. Let's take those bold decisions.
Okay, let's see what they are going to decide. When he picks up his squad for the World Cup qualification, we'll have an idea on what he is about to do for Nigeria and his kind of squad he wants, or kind of play he wants to deal with Nigeria with. Okay, let's continue with the Serie A. Let's go again. They drew that game 1-1 against Villarreal. They considered first, but they started striking 20 shots total, 8 shots on target, but they just scored 1 goal and ended 1-1. They are losing ground in this title race, John.
Yeah, they've been inconsistent in a sense. When you see them inconsistent in the sense that when they meet teams that they should literally be winning, they do not close out those games, and it's hurting them because it's good for you to be in the position where you are, but you can't afford to keep losing games or dropping points because the guys who are chasing you obviously are not dropping points or ready to even drop any point at all. So it's a matter of who wants it most. And then second is a matter of starting the game at the whistle, not after you take the first punch to the face.
The first punch they took was the penalty. And look at that game. All through that game, Villarreal, I think Villarreal now, they are competing for a place in Europe. Now, all through that game, Villarreal, because we always talk about clinicality, shot on target, this time, playing them half field and all of those. Villarreal had only 1 shot on target. And I'm thinking outside the penalty, because they don't count penalty as shot on target. I'm thinking outside the penalty, they have only just 1. And they had just 1 goal throughout that game, which means the penalty should be counted as the shot on target they had. You get? So, just for me, I'm saying they had only 1 shot at goal and they scored that 1. The remaining 11 was off target. Way off target, and I think about 4 blocked. So, let's say 5 on target, 4 blocked, 1 goal. Then the rest of the 6 was off, way off target. And you ask yourself, what was Atletico Madrid doing to get the return? In the first half, 28 minutes, you consider penalty. You should come back into that first half and score your goal. You're competing for a title. At some point, we felt like, oh, this La Liga is theirs. At some point, we felt like, oh, Barca has lost the La Liga. It's not Atletico Madrid. Now, Atletico Madrid is still second. I think 4 points behind Real Madrid, which is not something you should not. It's not something you should be celebrating at this time.
Okay, that game ended 1-1. Other results in the La Liga in the weekend in Las Palmas 1, Osasuna 1. Mallorca losing 1 goal to nil. 2 Real Betis, Atletico 1, Villarreal 1, Sevilla 1, Espanyol 1. Sevilla just bought a Nigerian. We're going to talk about that when we move to the transfer. They bought a Nigerian from Montpellier, from France. We're going to talk about that transfer. Okay, other results: Valladolid 0, Real Madrid 3. Mbappe scoring hat-trick. Rayo Vallecano 2, You see, Genoa is another team that is surprising. They have just been losing games after all their surprising results last season. They are losing games and now, but let's even in Champions League, they are rock bottom. They are part of the top three bottoms.
When you allow investors come in and you allow them go, you allow players go without replacing them.
Other results: Real Sociedad 0, Getafe 3, Atletico Club 0, Leganés 0, Barcelona trashing Valencia 7 goals to 1, and Alaves 1, Celta Vigo 1. That is the result for La Liga. If you look at the table, Real Madrid stay first after that trashing against Barcelona in the first leg of the league. They still stay first on the table with 49 points after 21 games. Second is Atletico Madrid with 45 points. Barcelona are third with 42 points. It means that it's going to be a tough battle for Barcelona to win this La Liga. On fourth position is Atletico Club with 40 points. Villarreal is the fifth with 34 points. The bottom three in the La Liga is Espanyol on 18 with 20 points. Valencia is 16th. That is always surprising because Valencia is one of the big clubs in Spain. And the final number 20 rock bottom is Valladolid with 15 points in the league. But let's see who is going to be winning that La Liga this season. But my best bet is going to be Real Madrid. It's going to be Real Madrid that's going to be winning it because the way they are playing, they are not going to be dropping points. Okay, let's jump over to the Serie A immediately because that's where I'm targeting the result for Serie A. Over the weekend, our Juventus finally lost a game in the Serie A. If you look at how many draws they have, and that game almost ended in a draw until
their plan no work.
They were winning the game.
They
scored first.
They scored first and they were winning
until my guy Zambo came back with the comeback, and that was the momentum they needed to get into the game. And 1-1, and from there it went on.
The result for the Serie A: Torino 2, Cagliari 0, Como 1, Atlanta 2. So good result for Atlanta. Then Napoli winning 2-1 against Juventus. Empoli 1, Bologna 1. AC Milan winning against Parma 3-2. Chukwueze scored in the final goal in that game. We're going to talk about that. They scored 2 goals in the final 90 minutes plus in that game to win that game. So other results: Udinese 1, Roma 2, Lecce 0, Inter Milan 4, Lazio 1, Fiorentina 2, Venezia 1, Verona 1, Genoa 2, Monza 0. Okay, let's talk about the Juventus. They lost 2-1 against Napoli. A good game for Napoli because they are fighting for that title. Conte wants to win this title in the first part. He came back to after doing with Juventus for I think a couple of seasons, 3 or 4 seasons, and he won titles throughout. Now he came back to Napoli and he's trying to win the Serie A in the first try when he is back in Serie A. The interesting thing about Juventus is that Kolo Muani is now there. He came there on loan and he scored the first goal in that game to give them a 1-goal nil before the second half came and Napoli started scoring and winning the game.
When I was in that game, it was a good romance. Kolo Muani scoring the goal, and it was like, oh, we are back in on form. We don't need these guys. We don't need these guys. And as a point when he was saying about we don't need these certain players, we don't need certain players, I'm like, these guys came in under the last manager and they came good for you in your first 6 games until the market opened for you and you made some signings and you put them on the bench. I don't see a reason why you can't start Vlahovic and Kolo Muani at the same time. You're looking for goals. You're looking to win games. I don't see why you can't play a Douglas Luiz in midfield. At least he's a defensive midfielder, but he creates chances. Now, but you put all these players on the bench and you expect the players you have to just come into a big team because you brought in some players from Bologna. You expect them to just come into the team and start showing up. Now, Kolo Muani scored the goal, but it wasn't enough to get them the win. When Zambos got that goal in 7 minutes or so, I felt like, okay, fine. This match has ended in a draw. Just 8 minutes later or 7 minutes later, Juventus got Napoli got a penalty. Who was there to bury it? Lukaku. And that was the end. They kept fighting a way to get back. I'm like, you're already 2 down. It's against Napoli. If you were somebody else, I would say, okay, fine, you can come back and score your goals and draw. But it's against Napoli. Their defense is top notch. They have runners in midfield. They have everything you need. They have everything you need in midfield. Workhorses, smart workhorses, and everything in midfield. So you can't overrun them.
Okay, John, that game 2-1. I think Conte is going to win this league. If Inter is the only person that is going to worry about because Inter is actually winning their games too. But if you look at what Conte is doing, he changed that formation to 4 at the back. I like coaches that adapt sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes they insist on their formation. He likes the 3 at the back. But he started with Napoli. It seems like it's not working. And he changed to 4-4-2, 4-3-3, and he started winning games. And now they are first on the league.
You know, you have to watch what you're working with, watch the players you're working with. Can they fit into the mold? If they can't fit into the mold and you can't get in new players through the doors, you have to adapt to get the result. And Conte is a seasoned winner. Conte knows how. Conte can make it work with 4 at the back. He can make it work with 3 at the back. He can make it work with 5 or 10 at the back.
Why did it work? Why did it work up north in London?
He can up north in London. You are talking about a case study for a failing club in the 21st century. Please, let's not go there. So
it didn't work.
Let's not go there. It didn't work because that is a case study for a failing club in North London. So let's not go there. So speaking about Napoli and their run of form against Juventus, it was a good one, good win. Juventus keep on making the same mistakes that they are, which is you take over a club and in the first window you want to refurbish the club to your image. It doesn't work because you need to have the buy-in of the players who are at the club. You need to also look at the strengths of the team and work with the team you have and improve the team. We are talking about them not having firepower up front. You have a Timothy Weah on the bench. Sitting on the bench, strapped to the bench.
He has gone on loan to Everton, I think. He's got
it was on the bench for this game. You have options. You have Vlahovic. So the question now isn't that you don't have a squad. The question now, however, is that are you able to bring out the best in the players that are at Juventus? Because you can't tell me that it's a rebuild season, yes, but Baba, it shouldn't be this far off the pace from the other teams. Look at Juventus sitting either 4th or 5th in the serie, miles away from the top 3. And this is a manager you brought in to at least give him a 4-5 year run at the club, and he's going this poorly in the first season.
Okay, let's see what happened. He's building. Let's see if he's going to build well. Okay, let's move on to the next game. AC Milan winning that against Parma 3-2. Own Chukwueze scored in the 95th minute of that game to give them that win. Even though AC Milan scored first, but Parma scored 2 in the 24th minute and the 80th minute. They were winning 2-1. But Tijani, you know, the interesting about this Tijani guy is that his parents love Tijani Babangida. So they gave him Tijani, not necessarily because they know the meaning of the game. They just gave him Tijani because they love Tijani Babangida. So Tijani scored for AC Milan in the 92 minutes and Chukwueze scoring in the final goal to give them that 3 points.
AC Milan, for me, they already lost that game. Because I saw 1-0. They came back. Christian Pulisic 1-1. I said, okay, fine. 2-1. It's something minutes. They never score. Wait, it happen. They already lose. Then all of a sudden, I saw the game. Tijani original scoring those guys. Okay, fine. Good game. Then the master of chaos himself, the attacker that everybody knows that he's only going to cause chaos when you need him to cause chaos. Samu, we call him Samu. It's not Samu Omorodiolo, it's Samu Chukwueze. And Samu came in, and I think the same message was the same message they always sent to him. Go in, create a chance. Go in, distract the ball. For him, he's just one of those players that you put him on the bench, no problem. He will always get you numbers. Either he started from the bench, even either he started from the bench or he's starting as a starting lineup. He would always get you numbers. He will always he will always make his mark on that game. And for me, this game was like, okay, fine, we can't play a draw. And he went into that game and he did what he does best. And perhaps this time around he got the goal, he created the chance himself, got the goal himself, and it's worth celebrating.
It was celebrating. Okay, John, let's talk about the next game. Atlanta winning 2-1 against Como. Como scored first, but second half 2 goals from Atlanta, making it 2-1 for them. They are trying to fight for the title race because at some point they were top of this Serie A, but now they are way off after a couple of draws and a loss. But what do you make of that game? Good game for them too.
Good game for them. They're able to at least win the game. If you look at the table, they are not too far away.
7 points.
7 points, not far. Baba, let's not go there. 7 points, not far.
Okay.
Baka were leading by how many points?
That was when the season was still 30
Baba,
games
this season was at least 7 points then. It's still 7 points now. The difference, it doesn't make any difference. What matters is not how you started the season, it's how you finish.
Marathon.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. So it's 7 points. Simple.
Towards the second half.
If these 7 points is different from the 7 points beginning of season, I lose your next 5 games. Let's see. Lose your next 5 games. Now 7 points will save you. Lose your next 5 games.
When I did the what's it called, the marathon, when we did the marathon, I almost fainted. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't complete that race. I almost fainted. I did the Enugu Marathon and the Lagos Marathon, and I went. I almost fainted halfway through. The first lap, we call it lap race. The first lap is normal. Test yourself. I not finish my first lap. I almost fainted. But in that first lap, you could see people build momentum for the second lap. And towards the second lap, if you're anywhere short of the top 10, bros, it is hard to enter that top 10 position. If you actually observe the marathon, if you're anywhere short of the top 10, and you build up to the second lap, towards the second lap, and in the second, and you start the second lap, and you are far from the top 10, bros, go easy for you to enter the top 10. And that's one thing with the leagues now, the Serie A, the Premier League, and all of those teams. 20 games, 18 games gone, get 19 games gone, fine. First lap of the season is over. Second lap of the season, 2 games in, you're already 7 points behind. That's, bros, you still have like 17 games to go. You get, are you sure these people are going to step their foot off the pedal?
Well, let's see what happens. But the last game we want to talk about is Inter Milan winning away. In that Serie A game on Sunday. Follows from Inter. I think they scored one of those goals. Good. Inter Milan, they are looking like they are going to probably retain this title because they have a game in hand, even though they are 3 points behind. Napoli,
yes,
have a game in hand. If they add, even though it's against Fiorentina, which is a tough game, but good game for them. 50 points.
Good game for them. It could have been because they had a goal overturned. Good game for them. It's not about who is sitting at the top now. It's about who is sitting at the top at the end of the season. And like I keep saying, clubs seem to forget about the fundamentals. The fundamentals is do your own work, win your games. Forget about the noise outside. Just win your games. Focus on your performance. Win your games. The chiefs will always fall where they will. So just win your games. And that's what Inter Milan is doing. For me, for all the brouhaha and noise that Napoli is in, Inter Milan is still underrated in this Serie A. It can still go anywhere.
Who underrates them?
I'm telling you, man.
Nobody's underrating Inter Milan. They are 3 points behind.
Yeah,
Napoli.
nobody's underrating Inter Milan, but you're tapping up Napoli. And I'm telling you that Inter Milan are not sleeping, man.
I'm telling you about when we talked about Atlanta, who is 7 points behind with equal games played. 7 points, and you have 17 games. That's and Atlanta is still in the title race. I'm like, for me, personal opinion, it's over for them.
I disagree.
Second place, third place, good. You get, because
it's fine to be a pessimist. The bottom line is that until it's mathematically impossible to win the title race, they are still in the title race and they are still in the running. Simple. QED.
For you is your. For me, I'm just saying everybody has their own opinion. I'm entitled to my own opinion. I'm saying, for me, I just feel like the title race for Atlanta is over. For Inter Milan, it's not. They have a game at hand against Fiorentina. They can win that one. They win that one, they cement it, is equal. Now, from there, maybe friends, you know who top the table, or by what's it called now, either friends or what's it called.
Inter have a superior goal difference.
Now, with
about
that,
15 goals.
with that, now you know that, okay, this is. But for now, title race is just between Inter Milan.
I
Napoli.
keep disagreeing.
Okay,
Your opinion, though.
Let's see what happens.
Same as yours.
Let's see how happened that game. Inter winning that game 4-0. So if you look at the table in the Serie A, Napoli is first with 3 points. Inter is second with 1 game in hand with 50 points. Have lost their first game after 13 draws. They have 37 points. On that table, they are fifth on that table. If you look at the bottom three, 18th with 20 points. Venezia 19th with 16 points. And Monza is last with 13 points. So let's see who wins.
Good. It's not surprising that the bottom sitters in all the 3 leagues we've talked about now, no, let's start to not get enough points. 6 points, at least more above 10 points. At this stage,
if they go down, they go down.
I
don't understand all this thing.
No, it's important. It's important that you go down, but at least know that you went down with something.
You are going down, you are going down. Whether you are going down with 1 point or you are going down with 20 points or 25 points or 30 points, you are still going down. Simple and short.
You know the price it is that
I go down in peace.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's move on to the transfer news. That's where I'm trying to jump into immediately because a whole lot of transfers is happening everywhere. But let's start with Boniface. Al Nassr have decided to go for Boniface. So they are in Germany talking with the agent, talking with Boniface. They want Boniface to come to Al Nassr and play with Ronaldo. But the question is, he is 24 years. Will he go and chop money as a Nigerian we will be? Or do you want to play continental football? Truthfully, he's not a starter for Bayer Leverkusen. Last year, most times he was starting, but this year it's been worse. This year he's not been starting most matches,
and all of those things.
And he's not been starting most matches. So that's probably why Al-Nassr is actually looking at him, because he's not playing much as he used to play. And you know that Nigeria now, we like money. The money they are offering him, I saw the money. I don't want to talk about it, but you know, if now me I go look at more, I will work on my people. Say how far now? This will they give me money. Oh. But what do you think about the transfer, for him to stay and buy Leverkusen, or for him to go to Al-Nassr and chop money? Which one do you agree?
Leverkusen, man. Stay at Leverkusen. You can always, you see, there is a saying that goes that let me see, how will I put it now? I don't want to misquote it, but let me just leave it there. There will always be Al-Nassr or one Saudi team coming for you
to come and
in the next decade or in the next 2 decades. But how many chances are you going to have to win a Champions League? Or
so,
to win,
so you still saying get chance of winning Champions League right now?
To win a Champions League, or to, you know, at least compete in in European leagues. How many chances are you going to get? So I think stay at Leverkusen or move to another league in Europe and play good football, possibly win the Champions League, and then you can retire in Saudi.
No, so what do you think? Do you think you should stay or go? Don't think with your Nigerian mind, just professionally.
No, and my professional mind, I want you to think. When we said senior man should go, he went to Sevilla. He's still on the bench. Bros, you're on the bench at Leverkusen, you're a good player. Look for a team that wants to start you.
Simple.
It's not, am I going to chop money? You chop the money, finish. That's what's that. Do you know, tomorrow we talk about the best Nigerian Premier League players or the best Nigerians to travel abroad. We got Tijani Babangida, Obafemi Martins, the Yobos, the Kano one was Kocha. It's not because they went there to chop money. We saw them put in the work. We saw them put in the performance. We could see Jojo Kocha take on midfielders from defense to attack and still come back to meet defense.
We saw him carry Bolton on his shoulders for how many years?
We saw Kano Nwankwo at Ajax with the Champions League winning team. We saw him at Arsenal and going to the Champions League semi-finals and the final Arsenal. We saw him put in the work. Joseph Yobo was part of the team or captain the team that took Everton to the Champions League. You get, so we can go on and call these names and say this person, and we can go on and call all the way to 1980s. No, that's it. We can want to call all the way to 1980s. But in current years, what do you want to talk about these players? The recent ones is okay. What's it called? Ademola Lookman putting the performance at Atlanta, Victor Osimhen putting up the performance at Napoli, and at Lille and at Wolfsburg, and also in Belgium. You get, so 3 clubs back to back, from Belgium to Germany to France to Italy. You put up the work. So we like, oh, Victor Osimhen, good one for you. Ademola Lookman from Premier League to Bundesliga to Serie A, wonderful performance. We can call these names. Kelechi Iheanacho, from Man City to Leicester City. At some point, to call the name, but at some point, we go reach one junction. We'll say, no, come on, this name first, no reach. You get? Truce Ekong, you go, you call the names. Leon Balogun, current defender for Rangers. You go, you call, anytime you call his name. Because for Nigeria, he is there. For Scotland, he is there. In Scottish League, even in the Premier League.
I think the bottom line is every player is looking for a club he can call his home, where he can start, earn a shirt,
and their respect.
Work. Yes, earn your respect. Not necessarily, the money will always come.
I don't know what people are talking about, but I'm looking at that money. I'm looking at this money that I'm talking about.
The money
that Rashford has been eating for the last 5 years. People is holding him where he is now.
If he gets 2 years injury, what will happen to him?
Baba, he's still there. The club will still take care of his fitness, get him rehabilitated, and he can always kick his career somewhere else.
The only thing that will make the club terminate your contract, perhaps through injury, is maybe during that injury problem, you had a misconduct. You go misbehave one kind, you get injury, then they wait for you to come back. You can't go back club. They say, oh, this guy is not serious to come back from injury. You eat junk.
Or you're injured and you're feasting on something, you know, you add 30 kg.
And the club will tell you, bros, we can't continue with you because you know that disciplinary, discipline didn't do. But for me, I just feel like if you have the discipline, you have the play ethics, you have everything, you have the skill. Bro, look for a club that starts you. Anthony Martial is starting for what's it called now in Greece.
Don't call Martial.
No, I just saying
you should put a call across to Ateta. Maybe a loan move would help him out.
No. Let's see what Boniface is going to decide. Let's see what is going to decide. Al-Nassr is trying to buy and they're offering him a whole lot of money for him to move. Okay, let's move out to our YouTube channel because the whole comment about this Boniface matter if it's going to move or not. Adefe Joy is saying Chukwueze is doing us proud. Okay, Emmanuel Okitibi is saying Inter has so far this season found a way to win when they need to.
True talk.
Okay, okay. Emmanuel is also saying Boniface better rush the billion, so no time to waste. More. Now me, I go. Okay, Emmanuel Okitibi is saying, John, he will not win Champions League.
We know, but last year we still talk about him going to.
He will not become Europe's best player, but he can become Nigeria's highest earner. Wisdom is profitable. They are quoting scriptures now.
Last year he was in the Europa League finals.
Yes.
Even them
alongside last year was in the Europa League finals alongside Ademola Lookman.
Yes.
And the two of them made Africa Player of the Year nomination list.
Yes.
You go chop at the days and buy Bentley.
At least
the paycheck where you did. I'm not
going to talk about the paycheck. I'm not going to talk about the paycheck, bro. I come out one-time Africa Player of the Year. You know it. Your head goes
simple.
Okay. It will blow your mind.
Kairos Moment TV is saying Inter has done well this season. Inter will win their next game. Oh, okay, Malika Bowe is saying Boniface should better run to Al Nassr. Ajon,
money people.
Ajon, please stop that nonsense talk. With all with the way the economy of Nigeria is, you are talking about staying in by Liverpool.
No, I'm not saying stay at Leverkusen. No, don't stay at Leverkusen if you're not going to get the starting chance.
Okay, Jaja Sonto is saying, John, you are not a good person. Boniface is a finished player. He has been good when he was.
That's harsh, man. How can you call him a finished player?
So you are telling me
that's harsh, man.
So he's telling me now it's just a one-season wonder.
That's harsh.
Well, I think injuries, and I think he had an accident.
He had an accident, yes, at some point, and he came back from the accident. He had another injury on the pitch.
Okay, finally, Odafe Joy is saying when Kanwanko, then we are playing. Money no day football like that.
Who say?
Who tell you?
Who say?
Who tell you? They want me. You know how much money they collect.
He said then. You can't compare them
now.
I disagree.
See, it's as if we are talking about inflation. If you look at the money they were collecting there, before him to make that jump from Ajax to Arsenal, money.
You know how much the guy they receive. You know how much been signing on bonus.
Joseph they live for mansion for Merside that time.
Let's not forget that inflation is real, and currently dollar inflation rate is 14%.
Okay.
14% 2 decades ago. That means dollar now should be 50% less valuable than it was back then.
Okay, Joy is also saying Boniface is not starting for his present club.
Yes, you should
let him go to Al Nassr where he will start matches, play with the goats. That's Ronaldo and make money.
Ronaldo is not the GOAT, please.
And make money. It's a win-win for him.
Now look at it. If you want to talk about Al Nassr, if you go Al Nassr now,
you go collect bench.
You go chop bench.
Why?
You go collect bench.
Mane plays from the wing.
Ronaldo plays in the front. Now look at it. You guys don't understand. No. The front three for Al Nassr is set.
No, see the point. There is a player that is going to Fenerbahce. Talisman. That's what they are trying to place.
Is on the Talisman is.
He plays all the match. I watch games.
Talisman plays, but most times it doesn't score.
It does not matter.
The players on the bench, you can't just come in and say he's going to start.
They are trying to replace that guy, and that guy plays all the matches. Sometimes I watch their game. We used to do their highlights for our channel, so I used to watch their game. So I'm telling you, they are trying to replace the guy. The guy is moving to Fenerbahce. So if Boniface comes,
if you are going to Al Nassr, loan, not transfer, please.
Okay, finally, Jaja Sonto will be saying Boniface should enter the next available flight to Saudi Arabia. It reminds me when Oscar moved to China and he was chopping money. They chop better money for that China. Okay, let's move on to another Nigerian that moved to Sevilla from Montpellier. That's from France. He has moved to Sevilla. Now we have 3 Nigerians in Sevilla. He signed a 5-year contract. His name is a striker, Adams. Adams. I think he signed a 5-year contract with Sevilla. Good move for him. At least he's making he's 24 years old though, so he's making a leap.
Good move for him. Good move into the main thing. The bottom line is also going to be starting and getting.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not even playing.
That's the bottom line.
Educate it's playing from the flanks, and most times it doesn't start.
Yeah, so doesn't start.
Kelechuku, they don't use that same anchor where they use Hanko for Leicester City to bench to play only cup games. Now, because I saw the last game he played, I think it was a Copa del Rey he played last. Now, you can't just come to a club and be playing only the domestic cup games. That's not what you are. That's you should you are bigger than that. You should at least fight for a place to play in the main league, the Liga, La Liga, or the Champions League.
This is why I always come back to the fact that there are players who want to play for the big boys, right? But bro, the big boys are not looking your way. The big boys are not about to give you time to play. Rather than go to a Sevilla, I'll feel better if you went to a Deportivo Alaves and you are starting week in, week out. You're on a good pay and you're getting game time. Then you're sitting on the bench, and because it's Sevilla, you're cool with yourself. You're sipping iced tea and you're chilling. It's not the performance we are looking out for.
But for me, I feel like it's a good one because I saw this guy at Montpellier versus, I think it was against PSG, the last game. I saw when he was playing, and I saw he has what it takes. Build up play, he did. Everything did. Like, not everything, because his physicality is not really up there with that of Osimhen and all of that.
Sevilla bought a Nigerian striker, Hanacho. He didn't perform. They are buying another Nigerian to replace
Maybe
one that
if you buy and you know work, you don't go want to criticize everybody, say everything that they work. So you guys find another one. Make you know that it will work, and this one will definitely work.
Okay, another transfer is Neymar is probably going back to Santos. It's not that he's tired of Saudi Arabia, but he's been injured throughout his 2 years at Saudi Arabia. He's been being paid since he has not been playing for almost a year plus. He's been paid. He's one of the highest earners after Cristiano Ronaldo is him. Imagine paying someone like that for almost 2 years and he has not even played a game for you. He plays and goes back to another 6 months injury. Now I think he's going back to Santos. The deal is almost done for him to go back to Brazil.
Yeah, contract terminated off my balance sheet. My balance sheet is green again, finally. And then you can go pick up your life wherever you want to. That's my stance on the matter. I think Neymar did himself a disservice leaving to go there and also going there on the paycheck that he was brought in on and staying in that place, not doing I think the fundamental issue with Neymar has been those little discipline. You have the potential, you have the talent, you have the skill, but the little discipline that is there in spades for Cristiano Ronaldo is lacking in Neymar. Simple.
The truth is that guy should have been one of the best players in the world if he
What
had actually maintained his I don't know, I can't explain it. He was injured, he wasn't taking care of his body, especially Brazilians. If you look at Brazilians, they party a lot, they don't take care of their body. Look at the discipline of Ronaldo and Messi.
You won't blame them because of the poverty they are coming from, but at least have some
leave the story of poverty they come from. That's
it's poverty, man. It's poverty.
That story of
go back,
everybody.
you see pictures of Neymar washing cars in Brazil to earn a living. Go back, you see pictures of Ronaldo who was doing all the odd jobs he was doing to survive. But that guy is sitting here now, worth well over how many billions? Okay. What are we talking about?
Is that right? Okay, let's take few phone calls before we end the show. Let's take calls and tell us what you think. Do you think that Boniface should be moving to Saudi Arabia, or do you think he stay in Europe to play more football before he moves? He's just 24 years old. The number to call is 0706 048 5853, or you could call 0915 570 8347. Call us and tell us what you think about these moves that we are talking about. Okay, let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Emmanuel, what is your contribution? Asta, no get your Spanish for now. Oh. Everywhere quiet. You just want Asta transfer everywhere quiet everywhere. Asta is not making any move for now, but you still have about 3 days for before the transfer window closes. So let's see if they are going to make any moves. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Michael from Kalag.
Okay, Mike. Okay, what is your contribution, Michael?
Okay,
Chelsea,
the Sassi is moving to Aston Villa.
It's not. We are not sure, but he's been inquired for.
we need a striker.
No. The one said defender first. Use the money by striker.
That's in the killer.
Okay.
I do. Normally now.
All right, thank you.
Ade, good morning.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, man, no matter anything, I just got to West Ham and the man.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay,
No, me and
finally.
you know they drag before now.
Finally, let's go to our
Relegation.
YouTube finish finally on our YouTube channel. Emmanuel is saying Adams have done well for the past few seasons. He should be okay in Spain. Neymar to Saudi was a bad business for Saudi league and the club. He collected free money. There are many Brazilians that have done well and taken care of themselves all through their times in Europe. But unfortunately for Neymar, he's talented, but he didn't actually do well with his career. It's sad because he's one of the most talented footballer I've ever seen play football. But the way it's ending, I don't like it. But let's see what happens with him. Okay, this is how we're going to end today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Tomorrow is Champions League, and Champions League, everybody is playing by 9 p.m. because that's the final game of this league group Champions League. So everywhere is everybody's going to talk about that through on the show. Who is going to qualify for Manchester City? They need to just win that game for them to qualify. If not, they are out. So I'm going to see you tomorrow to talk about all that on the show. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Vote 1.